Good morning, sir. So, shall we start?
Yeah, good morning, madam. Yes, we can start. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Dr. V. Shanmuganidhi, Professor of Computer Science and Engineering at National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research, Chennai, as our esteemed resource person for the fourth day of our faculty development program. He completed his PhD at Anna University. With over 21 years of experience in teaching and research, Dr. Shanmuganidhi has made significant contributions to areas like web application security, instructional technology, and faculty training. He has organized and coordinated numerous national and international training programs, developed massive open online courses on cutting edge topics like student assessment and blended learning, and authored instructional materials in programming and data analytics. His expertise and passion for knowledge sharing are truly inspiring. We are privileged to have him with us today, and I am confident his session will be insightful and enriching for all of us today. Today's topic is generative AI, innovations in creativity, industry applications, and ethical challenges. Let us give him a warm virtual welcome. Sir, the session is over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Dear participants, good morning to all of you. So this session is very light but very interesting session. Maybe since you are all the faculty members, definitely you will enjoy how really today the technology is disruptions in education ecosystem. Okay. So I need some kind of interaction. Whenever you have any doubt, please feel free to raise your doubt so that we will have a more discussion than simply I am presenting the content. Okay. So let me share my screen. So hope my screen is, will able to see my
Yes, sir.
presentation.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. Actually, today everyone is talking about AI, generative AI, then machine learning, deep learning, neural networks. Right? Today, these words are buzzwords, not only in the domain of computer science and engineering, it is in the all the domain. Okay. So when we talk about civil engineering or biotechnology or mechanical engineering or electrical, electronics, wherever you see, there are a lot of use cases if you go to each and every discipline, maybe whether we talk about drone technology, unmanned vehicle, then smart grid in electrical, then smart infrastructure development in civil engineering, right? Healthcare, then pharmacy side, and generating a new algorithm tools in CS, right? So today that AI is playing a major role, but are we going in a right path, or how we are really make use of those technologies, and how these technology make our system very easy? Okay, so that is we have to think. Then let us come to our education environment. How really education is get benefited through this artificial intelligence, and more than that, how that education is benefited through the generative artificial intelligence. Okay, so fundamentally I don't want to give detailed that what education, but you are all aware that education is acquiring a new knowledge, skill, and attitude. This is fundamental. Okay, so this is so core one. Normally, the education always provide some kind of knowledge, that is cognitive skill, cognitive. Then another one is a skill, maybe by practice. Suppose I am learning a content, then I get some new knowledge. I am learning the your lecture material, I am getting some new knowledge. Then when I talk about skill, I'm doing a practice like a driving a practice that will give a skill for drive. Then let me do swimming practice. Then I will get the skill of swimming, right? Then the third one is you are all aware how I can practice. I mean, get the attitude. Okay, in the affective domain. Okay. So there are three domains in education. One is cognitive, the second one is psychomotor, the third one is affective. So always any new knowledge or new thing we are going to learn, which always in the cognitive domain, that is a knowledge. Then in the affective domain, that is an attitude. Then the third one, and each one can be assessed in a different manner. We cannot assess all these kind of new thing like a knowledge, skill, attitude in the same manner. Okay, assessing knowledge is something where you are all doing. Suppose the student knowledge you wanted to assess how you are doing, you know very well the standard as well as the standard procedures you follow to assess the knowledge, as well as sometime what happened, you wanted to assess the skill of the student, how their skill in laboratory exercises, I mean, in their skill on the particular domain, maybe using the algorithm or using the equipment, right? So skill and how the attitude of the student. Okay, so again, this is also you have how to assess by observation. You are assessing what is their attitude, right? But fundamentally, the question is how we have to acquire this knowledge. So I am acquiring knowledge, I am acquiring skill, I am acquiring attitude, but how we have to acquire, that is fundamental question. Okay, because when we progress from the traditional to today the generative AI, first of all we have to understand the basics. Okay, so how to acquire knowledge today. We are all talking about outcome based education. Okay, outcome based education. So when I talk about outcome based education, how the student is competent enough, or how the outcomes the students are having, so that how I can integrate technology, how I can integrate social presence, how I can integrate community to my system. Okay, so that is what question. So how to acquire knowledge, how to acquire skill, how to acquire attitude, right? So the questions, the answers are learning theory. Okay, so most of you are all aware that behaviorism theory is a very fundamental theory which completely based on the practice. So how others are doing the same way I am doing, how others are participating the same way I am participating, whether it's a human being or animal. Initially the very basic learning theory is behaviorism, right? Then next one is I can learn content, then by my mental ability I am getting the new knowledge, right? New knowledge, new attitude, right? So that is what is called cognitivism. Constructivism is purely on experience. So based on my prior knowledge, okay, then I construct my new knowledge. That is what is called constructivism. When we talk about connectivism, this is where the technology play the role, right? So when I talk about connectivism, the students are like a nodes. So it is like a graph. Okay, when I talk about connectivism, it is like a graph. Suppose when I have a graph uh, like it is going right. So the students, so this is one kind of a point, this is a kind of a point, this is a kind of a point. Okay, so content I wanted to bridge the content, connect the content, prepare a new knowledge, coming to the new knowledge. Maybe you are all aware. Actually, this is fundamentally, that for your kids, you are giving a drawing book. Okay, maybe the book is with the 1, 2, 3, like there are points are there. So 4, 5, 6, like points are there. So your kids simply they connect 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, then 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. 9 to 10. So finally, the kid will be able to get a new, what is called the diagram. The diagram is happened only because of connecting the dots. Okay. So the connectivism learning theory is the same way. When I'm connecting some of the points, so this point, and this point, the 3 point I'm connecting, I'm constructing the new knowledge. Okay, that is what connectivism learning theory. But when I talk about connectivism learning theory, the knowledges are distributed and how the technology is playing the role to bring the connectivism learning theory, that is again we can discuss. Okay, fine. So when we have a learning theory, this learning theory helps us to acquire the knowledge, right? But how our education ecosystem can build over the period. You are all aware that traditional education, see, I cannot find any limitation. I mean, I cannot say one is over another. Okay, I cannot say that a traditional is lower and Gen AI is higher. Not like that. Okay, my diagram is not like that. But how we are moving from traditional to Gen AI. That is the diagram I would like to show. Nothing is inferior, nothing is superior. That you have to understand. Okay, nothing is inferior, nothing is superior. So don't think that I am starting with the tradition to now we are in Gen AI. But the tradition
Excuse me, sir.
Gen AI is superior.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
yes,
not
please.
slide is not visible, sir.
My slides are not visible.
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir, it is visible,
Oh,
sir.
visible, visible.
Kindly ensure that my slides are visible to you.
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
Okay, fine, fine, fine. So you just think about it. Maybe when I talk about a traditional education system, right? Traditional education system is not a simple education system. Why I am saying, maybe you know in Mahabharata that how Dronacharya teaching to the Kauravas and Pandavas. Okay, maybe I will just share a few points on that particular education system, right? So here, what happened at one instance, Drona wanted to conduct a test for Gaurava and Pandavas, right? So he called all the people and first he called Yudhishthira, right? Asked the Yudhishthira to mm, take the bow arrow, and in the opposite there is a tree. Okay, so he asked to strike the fruit. Maybe different theories are there. Somebody will say that a bird or something like that. Okay, fine. Let me consider that there is a fruit in the tree, right? And the test is these people has to strike the fruit. Okay, that is the test, right? Then Dronacharya first called Yudhishthira, then asked Yudhishthira to take a bow and arrow, right? Then mm, he started to ask the question, Yudhishthira, are you seeing the branches of the tree? Then Yudhishthira said, yes, because branches are visible. Are you seeing the sky over the tree? Yes, I am seeing. Okay. Then are you seeing the birds sitting in the tree? Yes, I am seeing. Are you seeing the fruit in the tree? Yes, I am seeing. This is the answer gave by Yudhishthira. Then immediately Drona said, okay, you keep the bow and arrow aside and go and sit. Yudhishthira shocked. Why I am answering all the questions correctly? Normally, when we are asking the students, they are answering correctly, but we may say that it is not correct. The student sometimes wonder, my answer is correct, but why teacher is asking me not satisfied with my answer? Sometimes we wonder, you know. So then, as the same way, Yudhishthira also wondered what is the reason behind it. Then again, he called the other Bhima, the same questions, the same answers, asking him to sit aside one by one. Even he called Duryodhana, right? He asked the same questions, same answer. Then asked him to keep. Then everyone surprised, what is happening here? Then finally he called his own favorite student Arjuna and asked the questions. But he said, I'm not seeing the branches. I'm not seeing the bird sitting in the tree, or I'm not seeing the sky. I mean, clouds or sky above the tree. But then when Drona asked about whether you are seeing the fruit, yes, I'm seeing the fruit. So the test is not like to answer all the questions. The test is when you are targeting a particular object, only the object alone must be visible. Other things should not be visible. That is what is called the power of traditional education system. Today, we are all talking about outcome-based education. This is what outcome-based education. So outcome-based education in the sense, the performance has to be assessed properly. Okay, it is not like so he is doing. See, everyone is capable of striking the fruit. Doesn't mean that everyone achieve the outcome. No, they are all not achieved the outcome except Arjuna. Not, no one is achieved the outcome. Finally, Drona asked him to strike the fruit. Then Arjuna strike the fruit. That is what the story goes. So here Arjuna only achieved the outcome. So the traditional education system, what we call that's a traditional, but it is not like simply inferior. It is outcome-based education. Maybe after some period, we are moving to input-output education system. We are not talking about outcome, only output. But what is the limitation in the traditional education system? Scalability. Okay. So whether everyone is having opportunity to learn under the Drona, that is not possible at all. Okay. So even I'm not talking about Mahabharata period. After even after British, after independence, also we don't have opportunity. All our kids does not have opportunity to get the education. The reason being is it cannot be scaled. This cannot be scaled up. All the people see the facilities or the infrastructure are not met. Now you see, we are all talking about. We wanted to have 100%. Still, we are trying to achieve 100% education at the primary level or at the middle level or at the high school level. All the kids must high school level. Like today, still we are struggling to hit 100% education. Right? Fine. So traditional education systems are there. Still, we follow in many places with the traditional system, but I cannot say that in all the places we moved to digital education system. So when we talk about the digital education system, you are all aware. Anybody, can you share your idea what exactly we mean that not all the places we moved. Already we were moved from traditional to digital education system. Right? Do you have any example that, sir, I am working with some digital education system for my students? Anybody can share your idea? Anybody, can you share? 130 people are there, 129 people. Anyone, can you share that, sir, I am using this kind of environment, ecosystem, where I integrate digital technology in my classroom? Anybody? No one. No one.
Hello.
No,
Hello.
sir.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, basically Zoom and Google Meet, we already using. Team, we are already using. ICT technology, we are already using in classes. And on projector, we provide projector facility and smart board facility. On that, we will provide classes to students.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So Google Meet, some kind of online classroom, then infra-based some devices, gadgets you are using. Yes, fine. Any other?
Yes, sir.
More than that?
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Excellent, 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 excellent. Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful, wonderful. Anybody? Any other? Maybe Google Meet, or now we are connecting through Microsoft Team, right? Good, wonderful. So we have a facility of online. Maybe after COVID, knowingly, unknowingly, all we have pushed to learn about technology. That is what happened. Actually, I have that experience. Maybe let me share my own personal experience. Actually, I do not know how many of you are all aware. The Government of India, AICT, NITTTR, we launched the National Initiative for Technical Teacher Training, that 8 modules. Actually, these 8 modules are much necessary for, no, they have to, the young faculty members, whoever is having less than 5 years of experience, they must undergo this module and they have to complete their modules, 8 modules, then only they can get promotion, can be cleared, and they are eligible for further promotions. This is Government of India put the condition in the 7th Pay Commission. The guideline is also there. 8 module they have to complete. Okay, Actually, when I was actually, I developed the whole software. I was maintaining that. The whole system was developed by me, and I am offering the module called 6, and other knitters also offering some of the modules. Inter Chennai is also offering 3 modules, right? So when we were in the meeting, one meeting, the chairman of the meeting asked us how far, because the 5th module is technology enabled learning. Okay, how much time will take the teachers? This is happened in the year of 2020. This meeting was happened in the year of 2020. So in the meeting, actually one chairman and 5 members all across the country, totally 5 members, and all knitter directors are the members of the committee. Okay, so when I was in the meeting to explain about the flow of the software, everything, then actually the chairman asked the question that do you have any idea that how much time will take to train all the faculty members of the country in technology enabled learning? Okay, so I am talking about 2019-20, that period. Okay, but my friend said that normally it will take another 5 to 8 years, 5 to 8 years, because across the country, all the faculty members of diploma and engineering institutions must be trained in technology enabled learning. Moreover, the technologies keep on growing. It is not constant. Okay, so we minimum need 5 to 8 years. All the faculty members must undergo this module, and everyone is competent to use the technology. That is what our prediction. But unfortunately, that COVID came. But within a year, you see, all the faculty members learned about how online classroom, how other technology, how to conduct the assessment, how to conduct any examination through online, right? See, this is maybe it's unfortunate that COVID, but at the same time, one fortunate thing, all the faculty members are highly knowledgeable, highly skillful on using the digital education. I mean, digital technology. That is what I would like to share, because we thought about 5 to 8 years, but within a year, everyone got that, right? Fine. So again, I will be back to you. That anybody, are you using any other digital technology in your classroom, please?
Sir, online coding platform. We use online coding platform to train students.
Online coding platform you are using. Yes, fine, wonderful, wonderful online coding platform. Maybe I do not know how many of you are teaching the Python programming today, but when you talk about Python programming, right, you have a Google Colab. Okay, colab.research.google.com is the site. When you go to colab.research.google.com, when you go there, you no need to have a Python within your machine. You can it's an online environment to practice or to explain Python programming, and the screen also can be shared to your students completely. You can conduct online classes, right? But initially, maybe 6 months back, or 7 months, because I am keep on using the Google Colab. But recently, you see that in Google Colab, AI tool is integrated. You no need to type the code. Suppose you want to generate a random number, you just type generate random number. Automatically, the program get generated. Okay, like how LLM model is doing, like a Chat GPT or some models are doing. No, LLM model how it does. The same way here, Google Colab is generating the code. Ultimately, what he said is exactly correct. Generating the code, fine, 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 wonderful, wonderful. Anybody? 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 Anyone, please? Anyone, please? Okay, fine. So, see, thing is, we moved to digital education system, where the digital education, what is the purpose of the digital education system? Let me explain to you. Actually, you see that in your classroom, all the students are not having the same kind of a learning ability. Okay, same kind of a learning ability. Each student has their own limitations. Okay, some students are above average, some students are average, some students are below average, right? Because it is individual learning capability. Okay, so they can move up. That is not doesn't mean that they cannot improve. They can improve, but their limitation. Maybe a teacher is explaining the content to the student A and B. Assume that a teacher, I can take an example. Sedubadi, yes, okay. So I have just Sedubadi, I have a privilege to use your name as an example, right? I'm seeing the in the participant screen. So Sedubadi is a teacher. Yes, Sedubadi is a teacher. And another, my privilege to use R. Asha is my one of the student. Then Dr. M. Jagavar, I am having a privilege to use his name also. Dr. M. Jagavar is also other student. Okay, there are two students under Dr. S. Sedubadi. Dr. S. Sedubadi is explaining a concept. Asha understood, and after a few minutes or after 5 minutes, Sedubadi started asking question. Asha answered correctly. Dr. M. Jagavar is not able to answer the question. What is the reason behind? There are so many reasons, but the thing is, both of them are listening the class. But Asha answered, Dr. M. Jagavar not answered means maybe M. Javakar needs some more time to learn the content, right? To go back the content and get that. Maybe instead of after 5 minutes, after 1 hour, if S. Sedubadi asked the question, then both of them may answer. So after immediately asked after the class asking the question, only Asha can answer. Maybe Dr. M. Javakar answered partially. Okay, so what is the reason behind this? Some students need some more time to learn. Okay, all the students not learn at equal pace of time interval, right? So some more time to learn, in the sense I cannot extend the degree program for some students 4.5 years, some students 5 years, not like that. Maybe now AICTE, I mean UGC came with the new regulation that according to NEP, a student can finish their degree by 3 years. Okay, that is what the new UGC came with the new regulation. Maybe I do not know when it will be implemented, how it will come under the practice. Fine. But the thing is, each one has their own learning time. But how I can provide additional learning time to the learners who required more time to learn the content? Then after some time, they are par with all the students, whoever learned within a space of time. Okay. So by the way, we need some kind of a technology. We need some kind of a platform. That is what is called that learning management system come into the picture. So the learning management system come into the picture, which will consider as a complementary platform, okay, which we consider as a complementary platform to the teacher, so that the students who need some more time to learn, they can learn from that platform, with the teacher content, and they are par with all the student. Okay, so that is what the digital education. But now what happened? We are talking about two buzzwords like AI. Okay. Fully we moved with the AI, or partially we moved with the AI. That is what I told you. Generating the code by its own. Okay, generating the code by its own. But the code is not completely a new code. This code is developed by someone X. Random number generated by X or Y in the world. But some person random number generation, which is developed, created at my desktop. Okay, with my AI tool, right? So how AI education, how I integrate technology, how I can teach a programming language, or how I can teach any kind of subject where the AI is helping me to make our classroom more interesting, more active, right? So today we are all talking about other technology like AR, right? That is XR, right? That is augmented reality, virtual reality, right? So these things, how it play the role along with the AI, so that the education is more interesting, more active, more experiential, right? So that AI education. Okay, so let me explain in detail about AI education. Then today we are all talking about Gen AI in education. Okay, whether we moved to the Gen AI or not, but the Gen AI to education is one of the wonderful use case. How a new text can be created. So AI will create the existing one. Okay, AI is creating the existing one, which is somewhere created, which is coming into my one based on the training. Okay, GenAI is completely a new kind of text or new kind of a content created. All right, new content of the content created. So how that new content will be created? How the GenAI helpful for the education system? Let us see. But what's the hype cycle for AI? Right? What Gartner says, over the time, the expectations and the plateau of productivity. Actually, some kind of a saturation, some kind of, as of June 2024, it's not hype. It is computer vision plays a major role here. Actually, you see innovation trigger started, and it's keep on moving, like autonomic systems, quantum, then first principle of AI, multi-agent system, AI simulation, casual AI. Like its hype is very high. Hype is, expectation is very high. So at one point of time, that is AI in engineering, at this point of time, we integrate AI capability in all engineering discipline. We try to integrate AI capability, all engineering discipline. Then we want to standardize all those things, right? Then the expectations is coming down over the time. This is the Gartner curve. This is the Gartner curve over the time. And the cloud AI services, once the cloud AI, again it is pick up, okay? So peak of inflated expectations. So everyone will talk about AI. Everyone saying that AI will rule the world. Everyone will talk about, future is AI. Like, nowadays people are talking about data analyst, data science, data engineering. But everyone wants to talk about, then there will be a frustration, right? That is what is called peak of inflated expectations. Then that will lead always trough of disillusionment, right? So it will come down. Then again, it will pick up with the standards like autonomous vehicle, intelligent applications, computer vision, like it is going now almost the plateau of productivity. Okay, actually it's nothing but a saturation. So it will saturate. Then the technology is so robust, then we can make use of those technology for any kind of a field. Okay, so some of the components are less than 2 years reached the saturation. Some of the things are reached 2 to 5 years that saturation. Some of the things are 5 to 10 years. Okay, some of the things are more than 10 years. For example, you see quantum AI. Quantum AI, still we are all talking about quantum computing, right? Today we feel that our data is secure, our transactions are secure, everything secure. Okay, because today when we talk about cyber security, there are different algorithms are there. Today you have a gadgets, your gadgets, through your gadgets you are doing the Google Pay, through the gadgets you are paid, transaction you are doing, and at the same time you are doing the e-commerce, lot of things through your gadgets, right? Maybe you are all aware that elliptic curve cryptography is today we come out from the symmetric or asymmetric cryptography. The reason being is it will take long time. That algorithm is too lengthy to process. So simple gadgets like your smartwatch or your smart devices may not run those kind of algorithm effectively, right? That is the reason today we move to elliptic curve cryptography, right? Elliptic curve cryptography is so strong to secure your transaction, secure your all transaction, whatever you are doing through banking transactions or any e-commerce transaction. But you just to think about it, the quantum AI. Once quantum computing is coming, today we are talking about. Suppose I have a key. The people who are all in the computer science discipline, they what is the meaning of key. Maybe assume that there is a pin number. Okay, everyone will aware. So when we talk about pin number, the pin number prediction will take 20 years or 10 years to predict the pin number of an individual. Today, you also have a brute force attack. That brute force attack will take long time to predict the pin number. But fantastically, more than 3 times or 4 times, if you enter the wrong pin number, then your account will be blocked, because brute force attack we wanted to avoid. Okay, just you think about it, it is a normal computing. Once quantum computing is coming to place, then all today algorithms totally what is called meaningless. Okay, so quantum computing will work. So today I am talking about to break this key, private key, it will take 200 years. To break this key, it need 50 years. To break this key, it need 10 years. After 10 years, only the key can be break. Can be predicted. So such kind of things with the today computing, quantum computing, then it will do within a minute, within a 10 seconds, within a 2 minute, within a 5 minute, like it will do. But you see, whether it is presently we are working, no, it will take long time. Still, we are not in quantum computing. Still, we are in the research stage. But bringing into quantum computing, lot of things we have to change, lot of algorithm need to be changed. Fine. So like some technology, for example, you see generative AI. Generative AI is stable. Okay, so Plato stay saturated within 2 to 5 years. Okay, 2 to 5 years. Okay, saturated over time, right? So that way, how really the technology we have a sometimes we have a lot of expectations, sometimes hype cycle. Okay, totally hype on the technology, but what Gartner says, every technology must go to some kind of a saturation. Every technology must has to go to some saturation. Saturation in the sense that the other way around, the technology is completely with what is called robust usage, right? Fine. So when we talk about AI in education, right, how that AI can be integrated? You know what is the traditional education system? You know what is the digital education system today? Online classroom, or your learning management system, or learning content management system, or simply content management system, right? You said about someone told that I am using lot of gadgets in my classroom, right? I conduct the online test, all the things you are doing in the digital classroom, but how that AI can be placed into education. Okay, AI can be placed. So artificial intelligence, which will be used for automating the information, for instructor centered, for teacher centered, and that artificial intelligence which can be used as augmenting the individual for learner centered. Okay, so when we talk about AI in education, how really automating the information for teacher centered environment, for teacher, how it will helping the teacher, how it is helping to the student, the AI is helping to the student. You know, today AI is very much useful. You know, there are many algorithms are there, how we can do the curriculum planning, how the content generation can be happen through AI, how the quiz, maybe I can show you one tool where you can, upload the PDF file, then finally the tool will generate questions. Okay, so like quiz generation, then grading will be automatic. Then I will get the automated feedback. Okay, so teacher job at ease, right? So curriculum planning, content generation, quiz generation, then automated grading, automated feedback. These are all things when we integrate AI in my education system, where the teacher is get benefited. But when we come to the learner side, personalized learning. Actually, maybe the word is very, very simple. I do not know. Maybe people can start to do research how I can do the personalized learning with adaptive content. Okay, so I may not learn the content which is common by the teacher. Okay, let me give some example. Okay, so a common content provided to the students, all the students not able to learn the subject on that content. I need the content which is suitable to me, that will help me to learn the content. Okay, so adaptive content, then AI assistant plus tutors, AI plus human feedback, authentic assessment, right? So how really it is useful to learner centered. Okay, fine. So let me give a small what is called the one quiz, so that everyone will participate. Then let me continue. Right? Let us play. Can you, if you have a mobile phone, you can scan this. Can you scan the participants? Will you able to scan? Let me play now. I will check whether actually I placed one game. Let me check. All of you scanned. Let me start. Then you can get the things. Let me log in. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me take my presentations. Okay. Yes. Participants. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, good, 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 good. You started. Only 3 people answered. What about others? Yeah, please, no, because 120 people are there. Three people only answered. What happened? Will able to access? Will able to get it? Participant, can you tell me? Will able to access the quiz? Let me check.
It's able to access, not a problem.
Yeah, yeah, it is accessible only. Now you'll be able to see the question, right? Yeah, you can see the first question. Right, only 7, only 7. $125 people are there. I thought it's a big group, but it shows that only 7 is answering. Seven. I'm looking for some more people who answer. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Only 7 people answering. 8, 8, yeah, 9, 9. Hope. No, you can do through your mobile phone, right? You can do through your mobile phone. You can do through your mobile phone. You can do through your mobile phone. Maybe I will share that screen so that you will understand that what is happening. Yeah, you can go to Menti and you can menti.com and use this code. You see, just only few people are answering this. 150 people are there. Among the 150, only 13 people answered. Among 150, only 13 answered. 14. 14. Okay, let me move. Actually, this is the correct answer. That is, I don't want to wait for all. Okay, this is the correct answer. So thing is the deep fake. Do you know the deep fake in GenAI? Then it is what is called that is a type of generative AI that creates hyper realistic fake video images. Fake video images. Okay. So now I will go to the next question. Next question. Okay, this is my next question. Hope you will be able to see. Participant able to see that one. Oh, addressing. And the third one is addressing, not addressing. Addressing. Okay, I made a mistake, a spelling mistake. Addressing. 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 The third one is addressing. I request you to arrange by your own way. Which one is Gen AI in education system from most to least challenging? Which one is most? Which one is least challenging? I do not know whether I will be able to follow. Are you doing this? Anybody can? Anybody can ensure that you are doing this? You are attempting this? You are attempting this?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Actually, the third one is here addressing data privacy and the security concerns. Yes, now only I am getting that. Few people started. So most of them said that most to least, most one is high cost and implementation, then addressing the data privacy. Then a third one is ensuring AI. Fourth one is lack of teacher training in AI. Fifth one is resistant to change from educators and institutions. Only 2 people participated. What about others? Only 2 people participated. Yes, others. I suddenly, resistant to change from educator and institutions. Right. Fine, 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 fine. Yes, yes, only three participated among 150, 148. Very big, count, very big count. No, some of you are typing in the chat. No, better you can participate here. That is what, today we are talking about Gen AI in education. And we are just working on digital technology alone. Okay, digital technology alone. Okay, let me move to the next question. Okay, fine. This one. Okay, what does scaffolding referring to in teaching? Scaffolding. Who says that the scaffolding? Scaffolding. The teacher providing temporary support to help student accomplish the task. Scaffolding. Only one response. Only two response. Two response. Two response. Two response. Maybe this is the drawback of a digital education system. You see, the drawback of the digital education system, the environment. How I must have an environment to connect the students. Okay, so if 140 students in the classroom, it is very difficult to handle. But 140 students in the online classroom, it is not difficult to handle, but all are not there. Okay, so virtually, it's like a virtually they are there, here, physically no, they are not attending, right? So you see, this is what is called the limitation. Okay, we no need to go to theory and lecture material to what are all the limitations. This is a very simple limitation. Very simple limitation is the count shows that 150, but only few are answering. Maybe there are so many reasons. Some of them say they are typing into the chat box because they may not access the particularly this assessment environment or the quiz environment to proceed. Okay, so you just to think about it. When I talk about challenges, there are a lot of challenges are there, even to bring the digital education system in place, right? Then you just to think about it, the challenges when I wanted to bring AI in education and Gen AI in education. Okay, let me move. So yes, the correct answer is the how temporary support. Then the last one, maybe here I don't want to go further. What kind of a strategy is most effective in prompting the student engagement? What you do, what you are doing to engage the student, in an effective manner. Anybody, can you type your answer? Maybe very simple. What you are doing so that you can have an effective engagement in the classroom. One or two answers I'm expecting from you. One or two answers I'm expecting from you. One or two answers. Yes, problem solving task. Problem solving task and interactive discussion. Wonderful. I got one response that the problem solving task and interactive. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Anybody? Anyone? Active learning, active learning. Actually, this is a buzzword among all the people. They talk about active learning. What active learning strategy you follow? Maybe Ritu Gupta is saying that active learning. What active learning? What is active? What active learning strategy? Teaching with the examples. Really good. Dr. G. Geeta, Gifta Jarit. Yeah, fine. Design thinking. What design thinking activity you see, Madhubala? What design thinking activity? Yeah, what the design thinking activity? Okay, yeah. What design? So you are all giving the, see, normally this is what is called myth and reality. When we talk about myth and reality, we talk about I am following this strategy, that strategy. All we talk about myth, but reality is something different. Happening or not, I am following active learning strategy, but reality, what active learning strategy we follow? Students should be involved in the classroom. How you have to make them to involve in the classroom? How? How? That is what I'm asking. That is what group activity, any one activity, maybe you specific application based learning and project based. Eye to eye, wonderful. Eye to eye contact, wonderful. Mix up with the teaching method. Yeah, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. But are we doing this? Are we doing this? Videos, discussions, role playing? Wonderful group activity. Yeah, all your responses are very nice. But how far, following this kind of activity, though this activity really helpful for our engagement, making the student to have a effective engagement. Okay, fine. My final question is: do you feel that an AI helps to reduce teachers' administrative and academic workload? This is what my final question. You can give yes or no. Do you feel that an AI, artificial intelligence, help to reduce teachers' administrative and academic workload? At least you can give a very binary answer here. Yes, very nice. One answer I got yes. Yes. Maybe I have to put a rating on yes and no. Anybody, are you using AI today? Whoever saying yes, are you using AI today, which really reducing your workload? Or hypothetically, you are giving the answer. I do not know. So I do not know how many of you are using AI today, which really reducing your workload. Understanding student interest. Okay, very nice. Okay, fine. So why I gave this kind of interactive environment? The reason behind this, how really normally in the online training program when we conduct, how the participation of the learners and how really they are interacting with the whoever the resource person, that this really matters. But most of the time it is not happening. Okay, most of the time it is not happening. But what is the reason behind it? There are so many reasons are there. But here we saw the realistic. Okay, fine. So when we talk about the limitation of digital technology, right? Now we have seen that digital technology, how really effective when I conduct the Mentimeter test, right? I got a maximum of 10 response among 150. So what it shows, where is the problem? When I try to find, it's really difficult. Okay, so the purpose of the session or the purpose of the training program really reached to that one. and how really we talk about online training program, the impact, or offline training program impact, fine. So how really the digital technology working with the different models, right? Actually, the model says that the TPAC model. What is a TPAC model? Technological pedagogical content knowledge. Okay, so today how we are using the TPAC model in my classroom, so that the student, teacher, and my infra, everything purely satisfied. Okay, so how I am very strong in pedagogy, that I have to first talk about it. Maybe some of you said I have to use a different teaching method. When we talk about different teaching method, how really different teaching method suits to your content, how you have to identify which method for which kind of a content. Okay, actually, when we talk about content, right, when we talk about pedagogical and content, right, these two are very much important. So I can have a content, the answer will be, the content will provide assistance to learn about what. Then the content will help me to learn about why. The content will help me to learn about how. The content will help me to learn about why not. Why not? Okay. So you see, my classroom is only in this level. No, my classroom is up to this level. No, my classroom is in this level. No, no, my classroom is in this level. Okay. Which level of your classroom? It is depend upon the content. I cannot teach. See, the content or the curriculum requirement is, the syllabus requirement is what, but I cannot go with the how. The curriculum requirement is how, but I cannot do only what. Okay, so it is based on the content requirement. So when I talk about content requirement, so my classroom is defined by this level, from what to why not. What is the pedagogical knowledge I must need to teach why? What is the pedagogical knowledge I must need to teach how? What is the pedagogical knowledge I must need to teach why? Not. Okay. Then only this pedagogical knowledge supported by a kind of a technology. Supported by the kind of a technology. Okay. So how really the pedagogical knowledge integrated with technology? Okay. What method, what technology will help me to use that kind of a instructional method or teaching method? Fine. That is what is called technology. Then other way around, technological content. Okay, technological content, right? So technological content in the sense, when I talk about why, what kind of examples, okay, what kind of a videos, whether I can use video, I mean, no, when we talk about the environment, right? So the environment is must provide not abstract knowledge, it must provide the concrete knowledge. So when I wanted to give a concrete knowledge, what kind of a technological content knowledge will help me to deliver the content, so that ultimately the student will have a effective what is called learning engagement, effective learning engagement. So by the way, the integration of technology with the intelligence, right? Integration of technology with intelligence, like a large language model, then language processing unit, or large action model, or large vision model, or large world model, LWM, right? So a large agent model, action. So how these integration of these intelligence model, I mean model with the technology, so that I wanted to bring a complete environment of AI or Gen AI into my classroom, But fundamentally, one thing you must understand, that when I talk about generative AI in education, so generative, not a generative is one kind of a technology what support. Then AI model, then education system, bridging these three. Okay, sometime I am only purely on a traditional education system. Sometime I am working with the education plus AI. Then I moved to education AI with the generative, right? Generative. So how really the education AI and the generative play the role. And we move to digital education. How the AI is helping me. AI is helping me. That is what we discussed about how pedagogical AI. Maybe AI model also I will explain to AI model also I will explain to. Then how it will move to generative. So once we talk about education, okay, I explained about learning theory, right? I explained about learning theory. When I talk about education, learning theory happen. So learning theory where behaviorism, constructivism, cognitivism, connectivism, the four learning theory will happen. But when you move to generative AI in education, whether those kind of a learning theory are suitable or I have to move other kind of a learning theory, that you must understand. So here, behaviorism, cognitivism, constructivism, connectivism, apart from that, generativism, okay, this is the new learning theory which will help us to bring the Gen AI in the education system. Also, behaviorism, normal learning, for skill learning. Cognitivism, learning by your mental process. Constructivism, learning by experience. Connectivism, connecting the dot and construct the new knowledge. Okay, connecting the knowledge and constructing the new knowledge. Generativism is something like knowledge is generated through active learning, designed and delivered in collaboration with the Gen AI. Okay, so that is what is called generative AI, where AI can provide personal feedback and coaching. AI can do the evaluation. AI can use to assess the learning process. Learning can be individual or a group activity. So AI can serve as an expert mentor or a fellow student. Then learning takes place in AI ecosystem. Learning is active and generative in nature. Knowledge is constructed through dialogue with an AI. So once I follow this kind of activity, then that means that you are working with the learning theory of generativism. Okay, so you are moving from behaviorism to so you are following the behaviorism learning theory, you are following the cognitive learning theory, you are following the constructivism learning theory, then you are following connectivism learning theory, and also you are moving to generativism learning theory where Gen AI you are following, or artificial intelligence you follow, so that what is called the collaboration or a delivery or active learning happening in your classroom. But what are the strategies are there? What are the we are talking about theory, but what are the strategies, right? First of all, experiential learning is very much important. So constructivism is very much important. So characterized by questions, drawings, answers, predictions, concept maps, explanations. Okay, so these are all the character. When I have some content, the content must be explainable and has to be, it must have a concept map. Maybe I do not know whether you are all aware. I used to give one tool called Free Mind. I teach this tool, Free Mind. Free Mind. This is the tool I used to deliver to my, any training program for the faculty members on, particularly on concept map. This is a tool, free tool. Okay, how this tool will be used to generate the concept map. Okay, generate the concept map. Maybe you can use this tool. One simple example I will give you. So how really the character of this content, right? So let me go to let me check whether I can have a free mind in my system. Yeah, I have in my system. Let me open. Okay, maybe after some. It is taking some more time. Okay, open it. Okay, so let me come back. It will take maybe let me check at the end of the session. Then I will teach. Okay, fine. So you can have your notepad file or you can have your word file. The notepad file or the word file you can bring into the software. Automatically the software generate the concept map. You don't need to generate the concept map manually. Okay, your text, what is called indexes, directly bring here and prepare the concept map. So how really tools are very much helpful. Then the fostering of prior knowledge activation, memory retrieval, declarative knowledge, metacognitive monitoring. You see, this is very what is called highly very what is called challenging one. Okay, when we talk about this metacognitive is very challenging one. Metacognitive monitoring is a very challenging. Then working memory. Okay, right, learning activities like analytics, all are they are going. So when we what are the strategies I have to follow so that I can bring the generative learning strategy in my classroom, So by the way, I wanted to bring right experience. Okay, so how really the Gen AI normally only the teaching presence, cognitive presence, social presence. These three presence always we talk about to have a experiential learning. Okay, whenever I talk about experiential learning, teaching presence is important, cognitive presence is important, and the social presence is important, right? But this is common. But when I talk about integration of AI into this experience, then how facilitator AI, analytical AI, collaborator AI join with this so that educational experience with the AI, okay, how I have to bring into my classroom. So how I have to exchange the information to my students, how I sharing my experience, things, giving examples, discussions, how it is happening in the school. How I am encouraging the collaboration among the students. So somebody said, I am doing a group activity. How really you are, monitoring or you are giving the group activity to the student? Really, the learning takes place under this activity, right? So, educational experience. I wanted to bring the experiential learning with the AI or without AI. How really analytical, collaborative, facilitator AI helps, right? So, you know what is artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence education says applying artificial intelligence technology in the classroom to enhance the learning experiences. Okay, so let me tell one thing. This is very much important. Okay, actually the thing is there are three things, right? Learning engagement, learning experience, learning empowerment. Let me explain. Okay, actually I have this kind of learning engagement, learning experience, learning empowerment. How the learning is, learning engagement happen in your class, how the students are experiential, experience, how, what, what you taught, how you taught, and whatever you taught in the class, how really the students are empowered on that content. Okay, so that is the way the AI will bring enhance the teaching and learning experience. Not only learning experience, it also enhance your teaching experience. Okay, enhance your teaching experience. So the fundamental idea behind bringing the education, I mean AI in education, is how I can have a learning experience and a teaching experience, enhance the learning experience, enhance the teaching experience. So what is this experience meaning? Okay, maybe it's a very generic word. Address the cognitive, address the content, address the physical setting, address the academic, address the social and the emotional factors. Okay, so how these factors play the role on an individual or for the students or for the students.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Your screen is not visible, sir. We couldn't able to see any slide.
I shared. Again, I will share.
போய் பாரு எந்த கேட்டேன்னா நான் பாக்கெட்ல வச்சிருக்கேன்.
Again, I shared. Now is it visible?
Not yet, sir.
No, it is shared only. It is saying stop share. Is it clear now? So others can ensure that
Other
whether the screen is.
please, if you see the screen, just confirm.
எனக்கு தெரியல, எனக்கு நான் எந்த வேலையும் பார்க்கறதில்ல, ஒரு வேலை தான் பார்க்கறேன்.
Somebody
HOD
says that I'm not doing any work, only this work. Please mute your mic and your local conversation within the local. Your local conversation, please keep within yourself. Okay, maybe other participant. That is why I told you, 150 participants, but the response is only 7. That shows that, the limitation of digital technology, how really helpful for our things. But at the same time, I would like to know whether my screen is visible or not. At least anyone can answer for my question. My screen is visible?
No, sir. Actually, before few minutes it was okay. Now we couldn't able to see your screen, sir.
Actually, now it is stop sharing. Again, now I'm stop sharing. Now I have a presentation, right? I come here, share a window. Okay. Then this is my PowerPoint slide. Share. Is it visible?
No, sir.
Maybe others can check. Because
Not visible.
Please share your. Can you able to see the screen, participants?
No, sir, not visible.
No, ma'am. No, sir. We are not able to see.
okay, let me do one thing. I will come out from this because it shows that stop sharing only. So it means that it's shared already. Okay, maybe I will exit my presentation, then I will discard. Okay, exit my presentation. Now I will do this presentation. Now I share. Please check.
Not it, sir.
Please. Yes.
No, sir.
How you say that? No. Please, no. My side it's clear. I think anyone can check from other end.
No, sir, not visible.
Okay, I will leave. Then I will join. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now can you check?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
Good. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So, that for AI, when we talk about the factors like cognitive or physical or emotional or social or academic, these are all the factors I wanted to bring into. So ultimately, the thing is that AI algorithms are designed for students, AI algorithms are designed for teachers, and AI algorithms are designed for teaching management work like administrators or other possible people who are all working in the system as a stakeholders, right? So when we have that algorithm, right, how we moved to Gen AI, I don't want to give detail about it because maybe past 3 days you are talking on this, right? So let me move how Gen AI will work. So Gen AI is completely need to be a creative, generative in my education. I'm not talking about definition of Gen AI. I'm talking about definition of Gen AI with respect to education is the deep learning model, which will be more creative. It has to give something creativity in my delivery, creativity in my content, generative in my content, and that will be a proper reasoning in my interaction. And it has to provide social psychological integration in my classroom than simply tools that write papers and summarize information. Okay. So we are all talking about tools which will generate the content, which will generate the code, and summarize some paragraph. No, I don't want that kind of environment. My Gen AI is not simply AI. That should be more creative. That should be more generative. That should be more reasoning, and socio-psychological integration must be there. So once I wanted to have the TPAC model, how I have to change. So the TPAC model, already I told you that what is called pedagogical and content and technology knowledge, right? So we wanted to move from knowledge to intelligence. We wanted to move from knowledge to intelligence. So content knowledge to content intelligence, pedagogical knowledge to pedagogical intelligence, then technological knowledge to technological computational intelligence. Okay, computational intelligence. So once I wanted to go there, then how technology pedagogic intelligence, then pedagogy content intelligence, technology content. So I moved from TPAC to TPAIK. Okay, TPAIK to content knowledge to AIK. I am moving. So for moving to back to AIK, we talk about the LLM. We talk about LLMs, right? These LLMs are very much useful for moving from back to AI model. So there are a lot of LLMs. LLMs are you are all aware. Okay, maybe for copywriting, for coding, for development, for chat, for business applications, or any there is application layer. What are all the applications you can do with the LLM, and what are the infrastructure we need to base to create those applications? Okay, so that you are all aware. Into my environment, then I can achieve personalization, I can achieve engagement, I can achieve efficiency in my classroom, then scalability I can have, then data driven insights. Okay, data driven insights. Let me go with the personalization. Let me go with the personalization. So personalized learning path. Thing is, this is what traditional education system says. Traditional education system says I have a students, they are all having different pace of learning, different style of learning, different learning capability, but I do everything as common. Okay. See, nowadays it is not common. Okay, it is not common nowadays. There are a lot of changes happened, but we are not fully personalized today. We are not fully personalized today, but still we have to move a lot. Still we have to move a lot. So how in my classroom there are a different kind of students, are the heterogeneous group of students, but homogeneously they are maybe second year or third year in the particular course, but heterogeneous on their characters of learning. Okay, so in this environment, how I have to provide personalized learning path. Okay, so today there are a lot of AI tutoring tools are there. So AI tutoring tools will provide intelligent tutoring system which will give the adaptive learning strategy, That adaptive learning strategy will give the personalized learning path. So what it says that the student interface with the pedagogical model and knowledge model, then student model. Okay, how the student will think. Suppose I give some content, what is the student approach on the content? Okay, so what is the domain? What is the knowledge or domain? Then what is the pedagogy, right? So this all three together will talk on ITS. Actually, you go to, maybe you refer some material on ITS, how really ITS is play the role today to have an intelligent tutoring system which will provide the personalized learning environment. Okay, personalized learning environment, right? So when I talk about personalized learning environment, then this intelligent tutoring system, how really help to us, right? Next, when I wanted to have a adaptive content, I wanted to create the content suitable to my students. Okay, I wanted to create a content adaptive learning. Adaptive learning in the sense the student were provided with their own suitable learning path. Learning design is happening accordingly the content. So learning design through learning analytics. Okay, maybe this is one area people are working. Learning design with the learning analytics. Okay, so we are all talking about data analytics. So in the education environment, we call it as a learning analytics. How really the learning analytics will help us to do the learning design. Learning design is nothing but bringing the personalized learning path. Okay, so when I wanted to create a content for learning design, right, what are all the three factors I have to consider? That already I told you, that learning engagement, learning experience, learning empowerment. So the three E's. Okay, 3E. Maybe today you are all talking about a institution is the best institution. Okay, an institution is the best institution. How the institution is become what is called reputed institution. How an institution become a reputed institution. How a teacher become a reputed teacher. How an organization is a reputed organization. So anything is based on engagement, experience. Maybe when we talk about learning, it's talk on institution. Okay, it's an institution, any organization. How engagement, experience, empower. Okay, and individual. Suppose a person is joined in a particular company, how the person engaged in that environment, how the person getting the experience in the working environment, how the individual is empowered to achieve further. Okay, when we talk about educational institution, how really your classroom is engaged, or simply engagement, effective engagement or simple engagement. I go to the class, just I delivered my content, So it's learning engagement. No, I go to the class, I gave activity like, like this kind of, maybe today all the students are having a mobile phone, or the students may not have a mobile phone. So how I interact with the students with some activity. Or I ask the student to write one line about yesterday class, what we have discussed. Only one line. Okay, one line about what we have discussed. Maybe I ask you, write one line about the previous session, what has happened. Okay, anything you remember. Okay, any content or how it was delivered, any one line. So that will make the student to actively participate in the current class, as well as they think about the previous class. Okay, think about the previous class. So the engagement is how you are interacting. Normally, your classroom is combination of two components. One is resource. Another one is the activity. Any classroom is consisting of these two, resources and activity. When I talk about resources, teacher is considered as a resource. Right? But nowadays, what happened? Students, that ecosystem is moving from push environment to pull environment. Okay, today the education ecosystem moving from pull environment to, sorry, push environment to push environment to pull environment. What is the push environment? Teacher sitting in the center, students are sitting across the teacher, and whatever the teacher knows or whatever the teacher prepared, the teacher deliver, all the student consider teacher is only the resource. Okay, so this is what is called the push environment. The pull environment is student is sitting at the center, that is a learning center there. When teacher is a resource, your web is resource, your LMS is a resource, your YouTube is a resource, OER is a resource. There are many resources are there. Student pull the resource where whichever the resource feel that they are suitable to them. Okay, those resources are suitable to them. So this is students are pulling, here teachers are pushing. So whenever we talk about resources, multiple resources are, so that the resources will provide very good learning engagement. So that means that my methodology, my instruction methodology, my material, okay, methodology, material, my media. Okay, so always we talk about methodology, material, media. How these three will give the learning engagement, which will give the very good content creation. Then that content, whatever the Gen AI is providing, that has to give very good learning experience. Okay, the student must enjoy whatever the content, new content get generated through Gen AI, and the content which created by Gen AI must empower the learner, must empower the learner. So that way, the triple E play a major role, particularly Gen AI education. The second thing is, I must ensure the efficiency. What efficiency? Performance assessment, feedback to improve. So this is the major item in our teaching learning process, assessment and feedback. Okay, so any system must have assessment and feedback, but the assessment and feedback, I wanted to make it as automatic by the LLM model. Okay, assessment and feedback, I wanted to make it as automatic by the large language model. So I wanted to minimize the teacher intervention. I wanted to minimize the teacher intervention, right? Maximize the feedback loop. Maximize the feedback loop. Okay, or effectively run the feedback loop. So the models must minimize the teacher intervention, maximize the or faster the feedback loop, so that the efficiency is ensured, right? Then the performance of the student regularly, that is what is called faster feedback. In-depth feedback suggest areas to improvement. Many times we will give a feedback, but we never give the suggestion for the improvement. But this model has to provide, the model has to provide what is called suggestions for my improvement. So where I am weak, I am in one. See, today we are talking about LMS. LMS providing material. LMS providing some activity. No, the LMS is also providing where you are, where you need to improve, where you are strong. Those details, if it is provided, then that is what is called Gen AI model in education environment. Maybe this is what is called, when we talk about feedback, when we talk about interaction with my peer group, how my peer agent, I mean AI agent is helping me to AI agent helping me to have a auto feedback, auto answering, right? Maybe this is the timeline, but the thing is, today we are all working with the LLM model, right? This LLM model will help us to where exactly, suppose I have a doubt, then how I have to clarify those doubts. LLM model will provide the chatbot. Okay, maybe this is what is called one. You try to use a JOT form. The JOT form will provide a paragraph. Suppose I'm giving a paragraph, it will give the test. For example, let me discard. I back to my screen. I do not know whether again when I share it will be dot. Okay, 1 minute. I will share it. Okay. So let me share the screen. Share a window. tab. Mm. Okay, window. Okay, fine. Will you able to see my window? Will you able to see my window, browser window?
No,
Participants?
sir. No, sir.
Browser window.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Again, it will be a problem. Okay. Maybe this window itself I can share. Just a minute. I can share this window itself. Now,
No, sir. Only the slide, the content creation slide that we can see.
content creation. I moved from that.
No, sir. Still that slide is visible.
Oh, the team is not, Okay. Maybe you do one thing. Oh, still you are in the slide itself. Now, okay. I think some issue. Maybe I will stop sharing. Then I will come back to the slide. Okay. Now slide change, right?
No, sir.
Now,
A-based content creation slide tool, the same slide.
I think something issue or network issue. I do not know. I moved. Now chatbot content creation. Still you are in the content creation. I talk about chatbot everything. Now let me share the screen. Only so can you make me as a organizer my screen, please? Yeah. Now will you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Browser.
Yes,
Browser.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Browser, jotform.com.
I think there is a problem when I'm migrating from one window to other window. So this is the jot form editor. Suppose I upload the file like maybe I can have a file like one material. Assume that I can have a material documents. Downloads, data mining and warehousing. Okay, I upload that material. So once I upload that material, then I continue. Then how many questions I wanted to bring? I wanted to have a 10 questions. Then English, single choice. Okay, or whatever the kind of a question, yes or no question, right? So I select all and I wanted to create question. Okay, so it is taking few seconds. It is taking few seconds. And this will generate automatically that MCQ because single choice only I have given. Automatically it will generate questions from the material. Okay, when I click start, It is giving the sample one. No, again, I will do that one because sample one sometime, go back, select all, create. First time it will giving the sample one. Again, I will do that one. No, again, sample one. Sometime when we are using the free tool, this will be freely we are using without sign up, then this will be a problem. Okay, if I sign up, then it will give you the proper. So why I say this? So this kind of tools are available. These tools will accept your content and automatically generate the assessment component. Yeah, data mining, right? So now I start. You see the 10 questions what I have given. Next, all questions generated based on my content. So thing is, you just think about it. The tools are available. Which will be very much useful in preparing your assessment component based on your content. So this is what is called we talk about AI. Okay, let me go back. But again, I have what is called fear that whether when I share the screen, right, whether the screen will be shared to you or not. Okay, let me try to share screen, share window. Yeah, I shared. Hope my screen is visible to you.
No,
Right?
sir, with the same question.
Same browser only available, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That quiz.
Again and again, I cannot leave and join. But what to do? Maybe you remove me from the organizer, then again you add me. Remove me from the organizer. Can you remove me from the organizer, then add? Now please add me as organizer so that now I will try to share. Yes, thank you. Let me check now. Okay. Think now it is right. Now is it okay? Is it okay? I think your side is muted.
It's not visible.
Still, it's not visible, sir.
Oh, share. Fine. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I don't hereafter I will not move from one window to other window. That will be a problem for me. Fine. So actually, the accessibility again matters in the traditional, in normal digital, even digital or a traditional classroom. So how I have to bring universal design of learning. Okay, how I have to bring the universal design of learning. It is very much important. So that will provide high accessibility. Accessibility solutions I wanted to bring to my class or bring to my learner. Okay, so generative AI technology such as text to speech, speech to text, and automatic captioning can help all the people who are challenged, right? Then collaborative learning platform. Okay, I will little bit to go faster. Collaborative learning platform, right? How I can bring the collaborative learning platform? How the Gen AI will help to research and analysis, right? How GenAI help to research and analysis. Fine. So thing is that the GenAI presents is like a generative, then social, then multimodal, integrated, then multiplying with many models, and powerful with memory, ubiquitous everywhere. We have improving and autonomous. Okay, so self-improving agent. So when I wanted to bring the Gen AI presence in my classroom, then I must satisfy the characters like a generative, I mean creative, then interactive, and it has to emotionally see, hear, speaks with me, and it has to integrate with any kind of a system, and it has to support any kind of a model, and it should very powerful like optimized speed and performance, and including all AI everywhere, including the mobile devices, and growing with its capability. Finally, self-improving agent that can act our behalf. That is what is called that presence. But one thing is that's a hallucination. Hallucination is nothing but how really the people will will hurt or not exactly hurt. They feel unhappy with the due to some reason. Sometime what happens, the misleading information will lose the trust of the user. Okay, misleading information. Normally, one thing you must understand that AI or Gen AI did not understand who is the humans. So human being, who is the human? Who is the human? Whether AI will tell who is the human? No, it will give only generic information. Who is the human? But talking about who is the human, it's not at all possible by AI or Gen AI. So there is a possibility of misleading information. Okay, so this misleading information will erosion of trust. Then ethical concerns. Hallucinated outputs can potentially perpetual harmful stereotype. Then impact on decision making. Okay, whether any serious consequences are there when I go for impact on decision when I have a hallucination. Then legal implications. But at the same time, that Gen AI has a lot of challenges when I wanted to implement. One is maybe that integrity, the second one is biasing, the third one, how really expensive in training of those tools with my faculty members, right? Then human elements, we cannot bring emotional thing. I don't know how far it is suitable. Maybe in future we may have, but by the time whether we are there or not, because quantum computing itself will take another 20 to 30 years to come into the picture. Then you just think about it, the human emotional robot is coming, agent is coming, which will give the education environment ecosystem. So human touch will be there. How it is possible? Okay, then privacy and the data security, scalability. Okay, like a lot of challenges are there. But the thing is, as a whole, when we talk about it, we are moving from traditional to what is called digital education. Now, presently, in our country, we are completely working with the digital environment. Okay, how we can deliver the content, how we can use LMS, how the content can be digitalized and shared to the students in different mode of sharing, different kind of a content I used to share. So once we are moved to digital, and some people are moving to AI. Some people are moving to AI, but still we are not moved to AI because the connectivism is not that much practice, right? How we are bringing the AI system in our education environment. Then you just think about it. Gen AI I wanted to bring into my education environment. Really, it's a challenging and it's a highly expensive. And bringing all the people with the AI in education, bringing all the people in Gen AI in education, really challenge. But when the growth of the technology, if you see, maybe past few years, the technology growth is something unimaginable. Nobody thought about the growth of the technology will be like this. Okay, for example, I show this. What is this? Maybe the product. Okay, I am showing something to you. What is this? You maybe tell about that product. Today you see that mobile phone. Okay, what is the growth of the mobile phone? Maybe in future, after 10 years or after 20 years, if I show a mobile phone, people may not say it is a mobile phone. They will say something else because it may have other kind of a capability in the device. So communicating to other more than that mobile phone may have. Okay, by the time that name may be changed. So the technology growth is very fast, but definitely at one point of time we'll meet AI in our education system and the Gen AI also in our system. So with this, I will conclude because I wanted to do some demo for you, but unfortunately, what happened when I move from one screen to other screen, I will have a difficulty for the demonstration. Maybe in other opportunity, when I meet you in person in some colleges, when I come to training program, I will show you all kind of tools which we can use for bringing the digital and AI in our classroom. Okay. So thank you. With this, I will conclude. If you have any questions, please raise your questions so that I could answer for questions. One or two questions if you have, please. Participants, any question, please? If you have a question, put it to the chat box. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you're
Am I
audible, sir. Participants, if you have any questions, you can raise now.
Yeah, if you have any questions, please put it to the chat box, or you can also unmute yourself and ask me the question.
Sir, there is an online course for this kind of generative AI course specifically for educators.
Yeah, we are doing, sir. We are doing. In fact, we are not doing Gen AI specifically. We are doing a course on AI in education. Okay, with the different tools and techniques. Okay, so fundamental, we start with the traditional education system, and we are giving the importance of traditional. See, when I am moving from one to another, I am not ignoring the existence. Only wherever the limitations are there, the limitations will be fulfilled with this technology. See, I am always going to my classroom and I am using the board. It doesn't mean that completely I am away from the board. But wherever the limitation when I am using the board, suppose I wanted to draw a very big diagram, architecture. So it will take long time to draw the complete architecture. By the way, I am using my presentation. Those presentations will ease me as well as efficiently time usage in my classroom. That is the reason we are moving from normal traditional and digital and AI. Such a way we are organizing a training program. Maybe you check our calendars so that you will get the details about the program which we are offering on AI in education.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you,
AI
sir.
tools and techniques for education.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, please.
Actually, I want to ask that ICT we are already using. Zoom we are already using, and Google Meet, etc. we are already using in our teaching, right? So is there any advanced, models or advanced tool that is AI, that will be AI based, is available in these days?
Yeah, that is what, sir. Initially, I told you, when we talk about simple, I used to have a Python programming. I wanted to teach Python programming. Now, Python programming is for all the people. So now, no one is installing Python in their computer. All they have started using Colab, Google Colab. So earlier, Google Colab is not with the AI, integrated with the AI. Today, Google Colab is integrated with the AI. So you are explaining the concept. You no need to, coding. You no need to do that one. So just to explain the concept. For example, a tuple decoupling. And I'm explaining the tuple decoupling. Then I ask the Google Colab, give a demo, give an example for tuple decoupling. Automatically, the can explain the code. So it won't consume my time to type the number of lines, which will ultimately reduce the efficiency of my lecture. That is the way that AI tools are used in the class.
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
And now I have shown the jot form. Jot form is you suppose a lecture material. Your teachers are prepared the lecture material. It is in the form of PDF file. So you upload the PDF file. Suppose you are asking the that software to generate 50 questions from that material. Okay, it is not from the internet material. It is a material prepared by me. I have it as a PDF file. That PDF file I upload. Then I ask for 50 questions. The tool will prepare 50 questions on my content alone. It won't refer any other third-party content. Okay, so this kind of tools we can make use of it. Then we are preparing the concept map. Okay, so I have an index-based content. The index-based content I wanted to bring into graphical structure so that how the connectivity from one concept to another concept I can easily explain. So these kind of tools which will be used for bringing more technologies in the classroom.
Right, sir. Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Normally, teachers always talkative. If you ask one question, then you will answer for two, three things. Okay. Okay, fine. fine. Any other question? Otherwise, I will conclude my lecture. Thank you. So thank you, Brahampal Singh, to give the opportunity to talk about different kind of tools in the classroom. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Asha, you please conclude. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As we conclude this session, I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. V. Shanmuganidhi for his valuable contribution to our FDP. Sir, your session today was a perfect blend of expertise, clarity, and inspiration, reflecting your vast experience and deep knowledge in teaching, research, and your web application security. So the practical insights and innovative approaches you shared here have not only enhanced our understanding, but also inspired us to explore new possibilities in our teaching practices. So on behalf of everyone here, I extend my sincere thanks to you for sparing your valuable time and sharing your expertise with us. We look forward to applying these learnings in our academic endeavors and hope to have the privilege of learning from you again in the future. Thank you once again, sir, and I wishing you continued success in all your future endeavors. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity. So I thank particularly Shanmuga Sundaram sir, I think Shanmuga sir, for giving the opportunity to me to deliver the lecture. Okay, I thank all the Nagaraj sir for giving that opportunity. Thank you so much. Maybe any other occasion I will come in person and deliver the lecture for all the students. Thank you.
Okay, 1 minute, sir. I request all the participants to turn on their camera for a photo session.
I think you and me only enabled the camera. I do not know how many of you are enabling it.
Participants, please turn on your camera for the group photo session.
మేడం ఇది అవుతుంది కానీ కెమెరా ఇదేమో ఆన్ అవ్వట్లేదండి మేడం కనిపిస్తుంది కానీ టర్న్ ఆన్ యువర్ కెమెరా అంటుంది ఏం కనిపించట్లేదు వాళ్ళ వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుంది అన్ని ఇంకా ఇదేం అవ్వట్లేదు
Sir, could you please turn on your camera, sir?
Yes, my camera is on.
Sir, stop sharing. Kindly stop share your PPT.
Yes,
Yeah, let me do that one. Yes.
Then now open your camera.
Is it visible?
No, your camera is not visible.
Yeah, I am on only.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you all. So we'll meet again in the afternoon session by 2:30 p.m. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you.